Hi guys, so today I'm going to pick the baby because she happens to go to school today alone. The boys didn't go because like they had a COVID COVID-19 case in their class, and that sucks. Now they have to stay at home for like 14 days, which is, oh my god, that is so hard. Which is gonna come to the topic we're talking about today, which is being a mom in Moscow, and especially being a mom of multiple kids in Moscow. So yeah, when I pick the baby Savannah, that is, I'm gonna sit down and we talk. Okay, ciao ciao. Как было сегодня? Что ты хотела сказать?
Пойдем в магазин.
Нет, домой. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Yeah, and today I decided to talk about being a mom in Moscow, Russia, as a foreigner. Yep, my kids are in the background and they're disturbing me, so let me talk to them. Whew. Okay, does anybody has a problem, especially vloggers or moms that are working at home, and when the kids see you on the phone doing your thing, that's when they start the noise and the screaming. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's do this very quick. So, being a mom in Moscow, and first, I think I should just give like an advice. How, if you find yourself that you will have to come to Moscow, or you're pregnant in Moscow and you're a foreigner, my advice always will always be language. If you master this language before actually having kids, I think it will be easier for you, because that was my biggest problem, and especially when you're first time mom, yeah, and you don't understand the language, and nobody in the hospital is going to speak in English, and you have to. I remember I used to, if sometimes I'll go without Eugene, I'll record on my phone. I would be just there, sitting like da 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 da, and these are serious questions when it comes to pregnancy. You're being told do this or do that, and you don't understand anything. So language, oh my god. If you're pregnant or if you're moving to Moscow, maybe to start a family here, please make sure you can conversate. You can master the language before the due date, I think, or before starting a family. My biggest advice. I was so lucky because Eugene is fluent in English, so he could explain to me, and this is one thing I love him, because he went to all those clinical questions and tough questions and he took it so easily, like a man he is. So I'm always thankful for him because of that, because seriously, I don't know if I was I was with these kind of men that don't want to involve themselves in those type of what do you call, in that side of family. I think it would be so hard for me. So Eugene did the biggest, the signing papers, the writing, even you need to learn how to write, or at least to read something, so that it won't be so hard for you. So yeah, that was my my experience. Big mistake coming to Moscow with zero knowledge of Russian language, but as I told you, I was lucky in that area. So yeah, being a mom here, other than that, especially giving birth part, in Moscow, if you're okay, you can do it in a private, actually, where they can find somebody to interpret for you or something. But if you regular person, you can go to government hospitals, and so long as you have valid papers, uh, they treat you freely. I think that for my side, when you have a spouse that is Russian or Muscovite, it's free. Like, you don't have to pay anything. Just small fees here for interpreting papers in English, blah blah blah. What do you call it? Not to whatever. So like small fees, but just the whole act of like going to give birth, maternity, and whatever, they don't charge you. So yeah. What else? Maternity here, like giving birth here. I think for me it went smoothly. I did not experience any bad experience. Um, I remember most of the time, for both, the funny thing, both three kids were born in the same hospital where my husband was born, and the kids were delivered by one doctor. So I remember I used to go to that. I went first time. She was amazing. She helped me so much. Even allowed my husband to enter in the room with me. Another thing, in government hospitals here, or maternity hospitals here, what do you call? What is that word of place to give birth? My English is flying away. Um, they don't allow you to have your man in your room unless it's a special case. Like for me, it was a special case because I didn't understand nothing. Can you imagine? You're there, you're in pain, and you're being told blah 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 blah. You don't get anything. So, that first time was tough because I couldn't understand anything. And Eugene, was allowed to come to the room with me, and everything went okay. Nikita's time, that was 2011, 2013. Nikita was born, and yeah, I went there, but they didn't allow him inside because at least I had mastered a little. I could respond and I could understand. But anyway, they really helped me so much. You know, it was I was surprised, seriously, like in a foreign country, and you're in a maternity ward there, and you really don't speak the language, and yeah, they really helped me. That doctor who helped delivered Nikita helped me. The same thing with Savannah. I remember when I was going to give birth to Savannah. Oh, she's here again. Oh my god, I hope it's a girl. And oh my god, that was so funny. She was like, oh my god, that you when I finished giving birth to Savannah, she was like, oh, so are we expecting you next year? Because they were used to seeing me, very often. I was like, oh god, no. You're trying to make me Mother Russia or something? So yeah, my experience was amazing giving birth here. When you give birth here, you are expected to stay in the hospital for 3 days. I think that was the hardest part because you know what, when you give birth, you just want to rest around people that you're comfortable with. And there, where you give birth, you give actually in a separate room alone and whatever, and they give you, let's say, 1 day to stay there alone. And then after that, the following day, they transfer you to a shared room where you share with another mother, only two of you. Oh, that was hard. Imagine you being thrown with another person, a stranger, basically. A stranger with a new baby. And you have a new baby. And that time, especially my first, oh my god, when you just don't know nothing. When you hear something, okay, Google, everything, Google. If you have heard of Google Mom, that was me. Like, I don't know. If it wasn't for Google, I think I wouldn't survive this one. But anyway, so you put there, and my experience with the other people, it was fine. It was fine. Although there was just this newborns, they cry. You don't sleep the first 3 days, so you can imagine. You just holding your baby. Ooh, 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 the baby sleeps, and then the other one screams. And at that time, you haven't slept since you haven't slept since you gave birth. Yeah, that was tough. I had to mention that. Yeah, that aspect. But in any case, like everything was, I had a good experience giving birth in Russia. Now let's go quickly, because oh my god, it's so much. Let's go quickly to raising kids here, guys. Now I understand why most Russians live with their grandmothers. Like in Kenya, when you go to Kenya in cities, grandmas don't stay in cities. Grandmas stay in up country. Here they live in Moscow. There's so many actually senior citizens here. Like and it's different. Like in Nairobi, you walk, you see young people here. in neighborhoods is these grandmas and grandpas walking their kids, why? Because maybe the dad and mom are working, and the grandma is helping at home. Because it's not like Nairobi where you people employ people, like you have a house help, or you have a house manager that can help you with the baby if you're working, to go back to work. So I had that because at that time we were living with Eugene's mom and dad, and yeah, I really got so much support from them. But the problem again, language barrier. So we were just speaking in hands. But it was okay. I cannot really complain. They really helped me, especially and the babies are small and you're tired and you just need to rest. Somebody will just take the kid and they go to the other room, and I get a little break. Yeah, but if you're coming here and you're living privately and probably your husband is working or you're working, it's gonna be difficult. Or you're working from home, oh my god, it's hard. It's really hard. And now I appreciate how, I don't know why people like I've had mistreat house helps. Oh my god, being a stay-at-home mom made me respect house helps, and I think if God will bless me to have somebody to help me in the house, I think that would be like the most respected person. You cannot disrespect somebody who actually does what I know now it is home work, cooking, making sure kids are washed, making sure kids are fed, making sure kids are okay, putting kids to sleep. Respect that person who is helping you to do this. I do appreciate that, and I do understand it now after I've done it by myself. And yeah, it's not easy when it comes to that side. And for me, I wanted to give birth quickly to finish with it. Just to wash my hands, because you know um and I feel like I'm contented. I don't know. Although sometimes I usually miss just having a baby, but no, it's it's a no for me, especially in Moscow. Mm-mm, mm-mm. In any case, raising kids here is I think it's harder than raising kids in Africa or in Kenya. Because in Kenya, there's so much help. Even neighbors, you can even take your child to a neighbor and say, please check, I need to run somewhere. Here, even you don't know the next neighbor, how they look like. It's just a hi, you meet probably in a lift or something. So there's not like that community-ness. I don't know why Russian keep to themselves that much. I wish to be open. I wish I could get out of here and say, let me just have some tea with my neighbor here, and we chat, gossip, I don't know, whatever. It's not here. And that is in Kenya. In Kenya, you just pop up in somebody's house. Even don't call. Just show up, and or call them. Let's meet. It's easier. Here, I think people are busy doing their own things, and people are a little bit closed in than in Kenya. And yeah, that was the biggest challenge. I think that's the only big challenge I have here. It's just finding people to talk to. Finding friends even. And if you have friends, probably they are in the other end of Moscow. To see each other is maybe on birthdays or maybe a party, or I don't know. It can be challenging, especially when you have 3 children and you're always at home. You have to do stuff at home. Not even that, you're trying to maybe run a business online or work on your career. I think it can be very depressing. I've been there. I've felt depressed. I felt, what do you call it? I felt like life is leaving me behind, and I tried to block it because I didn't want it to affect me raising kids. I was enjoying raising kids, being at home mom. I really enjoy it. Even up to now, I'm enjoying. But it can get to a toll when you want to move forward, when you want to work, when you want to continue with your career, and also when you want to support your husband, because you know what, we're 3 of us, and then me, I'm getting, if I sell some clothes, I do sell, it's not constant, so I don't actually have the time to even make orders. Even I remember I had to because I usually sell some clothes, crochet clothes. And I remember there's one time I was given an order and actually denied it because I was very sure I wouldn't be able to do it, and I didn't want to disappoint them. So I just said, you know what, definitely don't have time for this. So it can be frustrating when you're trying to move forward for a job, for move forward with your career. I think Moscow is not the place to say, because you won't get so much help. You won't. Yeah, or probably. I think because nowadays they've pop up this many daycares. Maybe you can take your kids there if if it can be in your budget or something. You can take the kids there, but still, when the kids there, when they get sick, you have to be at home with them. Nobody they're gonna find home. Or even the people that you live with at home, they're all working, so they need to be somebody at home at all times in case of anything. Kids go to school, somebody gets a temperature, they are sent home. Who are they going to be sent to? You see? So that is the kind of things I was talking about. It's like it's hard. It's hard. But if you're privileged, if you have money, it can be easy, because you can employ a helper for I think nowadays they charge 1,500 per hour to stay with your child, and that does not include cooking or helping them with homework or anything. So you can imagine, if you want good house help, who is gonna do all the things you're doing as a mother, so that you go back to work. You have to earn, okay, to be able to pay this person. Yeah, and yeah, it's like that. Another thing, having kids in Russia as a foreigner, and dealing with offices, school, meetings, whatever. So that's why I will come back again. You're Russian, you have to, master it. At least understand, at least understand. You can record, I don't know, you can use apps that people can use to, to communicate. But if you're fluent or you're good at it, in the middle, like what we call intermediate, somewhere there, you don't have to be a pro, just intermediate, so that you understand and you can talk. Because they're gonna be hospitals. If your husband is working every day, you're gonna have to go to clinics. You have to go to things that are concerning kids, like school. You have to talk to, you have to go to teachers or whatever. So yeah, that's what basically I can say. Homework is in Russian, so at least you should be in class 3 level of homework of Russian understanding, so that you can help your kids. I think after that, class 4, they can do their own homework, and you just say, hey guys, hey, no, you go deal with your homework. I'm not doing that. But in class 1, you'll have to, learn a few things, so that you learn to read, so that you help your child to read. Because if there's nobody else to help them, a husband comes home late, you're gonna have to do all these things by yourself. And yeah, it's challenging, but I thank God, I went through this. Even some of my friends are like, Apollonia, how did you do it? When you're young, you're saying, oh, I'm gonna have kids, I'm gonna have 5 kids. That was a good lesson for me. It's not easy. Oh my God. And it's not easy anywhere else, even if you're good in language and whatever. Just being a mom, it's not easy anywhere. I was just giving my opinion today, living in Moscow as a foreigner. And yeah, I think that's what I have for today. I don't know what I left out. Please, if you have any questions about this topic, comment below. Let's exchange. Or if you have another experience other than me, if you've lived here in Moscow in my situation, also comment, tell us a little bit of your experience, and all that cool stuff. Anyway, guys, please, if you're new here, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to join the crew, subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Paka paka.